really find it interesting that this transformation that we just did is only 2.5 shulker boxes worth of grass block. But I must say, it's been really satisfying to do this morning. Here in my real life, it's Friday morning, the sun is rising, snow is falling on the ground, and I get to relax and just place some grass blocks and do a little bit of a community project here on the Lotus SMP. Because as we take to our wings, you'll see that we have done so much work together working on terraforming this mushroom island. This island is really starting to come together, and it's incredible to see everyone else's contributions. We're starting to get to the point where we have shops for just about anything that you could want in this game, which I must say is quite impressive for only having been on the server for 4 months. And it really is fun just working together with everyone on completing this island as a group. And whenever I think about this incredible community of creators here on the Lotus SMP, I really do feel like a happy guy. I get to hang out with all of my best buddies around the world, and we get to make some incredible things together too. We have our lovely shopping district, and coming back here always brings me so many good memories from the start of the season. A group of us that we called the Happy Campers ended up making tons of tents and campsites along with camper vans along the entire area. We've gotten up to so many shenanigans around this island, and as you can see, we have a massive fire pit behind me too. This was the start of so many big things here on the server, and I'm so glad that I got to take a part of it all. If we fly to the south, we'll come across BananaBoy's base. The builds are just incredible with the towers and the nether portal, and everything here is really coming together. We have so much more time left in the server, and I'm very excited to see what continues to happen on this base. As we continue to make our way down to the south, we'll stumble across Drhakonis' base, which this area right here is actually an area that I haven't seen before. It's the perfect little fishing outlet with docks and market stands leading out onto the coastline. And as we walk along the pathway, you'll see that just about every square inch of Drhakonis' base is completely established. And as we walk along this bridge, you can see that the attention to detail and the shaping of all of the builds is really well done. As we head into the Inner Kingdom, I must say it's been a bit of time since I've been here last, and Drhakonis has been very hard at work. We have the infamous Chet, who happens to be in timeout, and Drhakonis even happens to have a post office, and I want to use these sorts of designs on the signs at some point. Everything about this place just has a medieval but also a feudal, like Japanese vibe. I love how it came out. And we have some cute little kitties that are guarding the entrance as well. We have a spectacular looking meeting area here. And as we head to the right, we'll see even more builds and an incredible looking windmill here too. Drhakonis' starter manor has come out just so majestically overlooking everything on the hilltop. And as we make our way into the western part of his lands, you can see that this place looks just so lived in. And I honestly think that it may be my favorite base that we have from anyone on the server. Over in the northeast corner of our map, we can run into Pug's incredible base. It's safe to say that this is a mega build and it spirals all the way down to the bedrock level. Pug has been doing some incredible work with all of the prismarine blocks and tons of different lighting aspects too. This may be the biggest base that I've ever seen when playing in a Minecraft world, and it is beyond words when you're actually getting to play it in game, I must say. If I look down from this balcony here, it actually kind of gives me the frights. It's beyond the render distance when I look down. We also have Cobb's incredible looking city over on the west coast. There's of course plenty of work to be done, but so much progress has been made already, and when this place is complete, it is going to have such a unique feel and design and touch to it. I feel very lucky to have had so many fun experiences with Cobb over the last couple of months and get to see this base come together. And who knows, there's a chance that I might be building a build or two in this area too. We also have Skipper's incredible mushroom-themed base. This man is just so good at cooking with the organics, and I'm so excited to see how things progress as he continues to work in his area. Him and I both have definitely gotten to work making some custom birch trees, but I do think that his are better than mine, and there really is just something that's so immersive about his little area, which, speaking of the opposite of things not so little, we'll stumble across Mafurt's gigantic mountain base. As you can see, we have wheat fields that are just sprawling for days, and we even have a mud factory up here on the hilltop. And once again, to have made a custom Minecraft mountain in only 4 months of playing on a server is just mind-boggling to me. We also have Pineapple's beautiful looking island, and he might be hanging out over here in this area, but he also has some mobs around too. But I absolutely love where this island came from and where it's going. Just check out his first couple of episodes to see where it started at. And genuinely speaking, it is one of my favorite things to be able to look at as I'm going to and fro for my base. As we continue into the northwest, we have Squid's skulk-themed base. Walking over all of the skulk on the floor here is so immersive, and all of the builds really came together in this theme, including Luma's, which we have right here. Squid has done some really beautiful work with our glass bottles right here in a form of a potion enchanting shop. And whether it be her nether portal or all of the other builds that we have in this area, I'm so excited to see this one continue to come together too, based on all of the work that Squid did in Colorland last year and her ability to work with the land. I'm very, very excited to see what happens. But that brings us over to Spidey's majestic, incredible prismarine roof embeddled base. This thing is massive and is clearly still in infrastructure mode. Man, I cannot wait to see the final product. I do think that I'll be adding a little bit of my touch to this area at some point during the season. And I must say that I'm very thankful that we have this jump pad right here, which will bring me all the way back to my base. And as we fly back to our beautiful kingdom of Lhasa, I did want to say that's not even everyone's builds on the server. This guy is just already starting to run low on rockets and on my elytra durability, which is no surprise to anyone that plays with me on the Lotus SMP. Besides the 4 diamonds in my hand, this guy is very, very poor. But we do have some work to do in this lovely kingdom in today's episode, which is honestly something that I'm very, very excited to do. We've been building all around the server for the last 2 episodes, and now we get to finally be back at home. But I'm sure that it'll come as a surprise to none of you that we have a couple of other things before we get to working in this area. And the first of our tasks for today's episode is going to be to continue to expand our pathway down to the south. Me and Drhakonis are working on a joint effort to extend the pathways all the way down to the south. And as such a busy guy, there's been one thing for sure in my life recently, that block by block and little bit by little bit, we can really make some progress happen. If you're excited to see this kingdom and see this server continue to come to life, consider leaving a like on this video. And honestly, one of my favorite things about doing Minecraft is getting to read all of your comments. Well, you could say that this path has completely been transformed, or at least the amount that we set out to do in today's episode. And I must say, I'm enthralled with how everything's come out. The stone and the flowers and the one tall grass just all fits in together perfectly. And especially with shaders on, having some lanterns is just a wonderful lighting addition. And I love to use them as much as I can. But you can see that our path goes all the way down to the Lotus Hotel, which I gotta say, I really do love this build. And if you haven't seen the video for it, I highly recommend taking a look at it. But I think we're gonna put our rockets to our hands and fly on over to the shopping district, where apparently Pineapple has some sort of treasure hunt waiting for us. So I'm gonna try my best to complete the hunt, and I'm gonna narrate it all in third person. That very afternoon, I found myself at a landlocked wrecked ship located on the outskirts of the shopping district. It was here that I stumbled into my first clue. The search led me far, far up north. It was up in the Badlands, beyond Slip's Terracotta, that I came across the next clue. This time, I instantly knew where to look. Mafurt space was the perfect place to hold treasure. And after a bit of looking around, I opened the chest, only to find another clue. My adventure continued as I searched around the server, but after about 20 minutes, I finally found what I was looking for. Upon reading the final clue, my heart sank to the floor. There was only one place this could be, so I went straight to it. The treasure was well worth the time, as I stumbled into tons and tons of diamond blocks. However, I only took one, saved some for others to play. Got my orange robes and headband back to the surface. While getting rid of Mount Bananamore, I ran into some roadblocks. Luckily, Madi, Drhakonis, and Pug came to save the day. Man, I gotta say, it is always a good time to see Madi, Pug, and Drhakonis. And as you can see behind me, we have been up to a little bit of shenanigans here at the Kingdom of Lhasa. I was having some trouble getting rid of Mount Blinking Bananamore, which was located in the mountain right in front of us. But I really just couldn't figure it out, and so they came along to save the day. And so once again, our area is looking clean and pristine, and we now happen to have a skeleton horse friend that's just roaming around here, which I'm still not sure if I want to have in the area, but we'll keep them around for now, and if you think of a good name, please do consider leaving one in the comments below. We can also see, as we make our way over to Luma's base, that we now have an area cleared out where we're going to have our bakery. It wonderfully overlooks the graveyard that we have in the distance, and as you can see right here, we have tons and tons of shulker boxes just ready for us to get to building. But if you've been following the series here on the Lotus SMP, you'll know that we're not quite ready to start our main building project for the episode. We can make our way down to the challenge tower, where we'll be met with 3 llamas, the first of which goes by the name of Shifty. And then we have Slippy right here, and we also have Lorenzo, which we'll definitely have to make a home for, and I'm thinking somewhere in this area behind here, but I'm not exactly sure how I want that to look like at the moment. So we'll wait off for a future episode to do that. But for now, we can make our way over to the challenge tower, which says build a custom river, which is something that I've actually never done before. And so, as you know, I'm always up for another building challenge, and this one honestly sounds pretty exciting to do, but we won't be building it in this area. I'm thinking that a better location might be in the shopping district. So I say let's fly around over to the shopping district and get to building something really special in this world. Well, I didn't think that it was going to take 2.5 hours to make this river, but I must say I am quite pleased with how it came out. Every single stone block that we have in this area was put down intentionally, and I must say I do like the gradient that we made as we went around the hillside here. It makes its way up to the top of the path here, and I like how we have the flowers for some extra decoration. I do think that I want to make a path that connects Drhakonis' base over down to Slip's Terracotta in the river here. But for now, as the sun begins to set, I think it's just about time that we get to making a bakery in the Kingdom of Lhasa. A grand old welcome to Shohei's Sweet Treats. This bakery right here is definitely one of the biggest builds that we have so far in the Kingdom of Lhasa, and once again, to fit the steampunk vibe, we had to go in with some end rods for light. We've messed around with some copper trapdoors to outline the balcony of each of the floors that we have. We also have some lightning rods for some extra texture, and I also ended up using some flowering pots, which you can see we have hanging on each of the corners. And I must say, the bakery that we have here is the perfect addition that we have to the walkway that we have coming along this way. And who knows, maybe we'll have even more builds coming to this area in the future. But for now, I say that we head inside to take a look at the interior, where we'll walk into a cozy interior with some white glazed terracotta, and then some pots with flowers and some banners on the wall. And we kind of use decorated pots to add a little bit of separation to the stairs. If we head through this door, we'll actually be met with a little flower room where we can go down through the trapdoor and we'll be met with a storage area. We have definitely run out of area in our storage room, so this area is hopefully going to set us up for a little bit longer. And so we have a little jump pad into the water right here, and some gilded blackstone and some coal with some stone and some cobblestone for the floor. We have some storage with some chests and some barrels all around here, and we also have a little bubble elevator which we can flip up on here back up to the first floor. We of course have some paintings on the ceiling, and we have some smooth stone quartz stairs, which in my opinion looks really sleek as we go up to the second floor. We can head on up to the second floor of Shohei's Sweet Treats, where we have a little bit more of a relaxed area. You can see as we look out the window that it's just such a beautiful area that we happen to live in here in the Kingdom of Lhasa, and we have some bookshelves with books and some banners and some item frames as well. And I really must say, I love the tone that we have with the red and orange terracotta. And if we head up the front door, you can see that I haven't really done anything out here, but I'm okay with that because I really like the enclosed sort of vibe that we have and the lights that we have with the lightning rods and the end rods. And I also did want to show you the sign for Shohei's Sweet Treats, who is also a YouTuber as well, so I highly recommend you taking a look at their channel. I must say, I really am so proud with how the Kingdom of Lhasa is coming out so far, and we really still have so much more space to build over down here by the graveyard, along with back yonder this way here in the kingdom. But believe it or not, Christmas time is coming here soon on the Lotus SMP, and I'm sure it'll come as a surprise to none of you that we have some pretty big plans for the season, along with an election to be voted on and settled. And so, as always, with the clock always ticking, it is just about time for me to get back to work.